There, everybody. I just want to welcome everybody to the webinar today. I'm Brian Dvorak. I'll be your host today. I'm not a professional speaker at any level, but I was asked to do just kind of a review of how I did a little bit over $33,000 in my first month working in an exclusive lead program. So I just wanted to go ahead and just show a little bit of the proof and what we're doing to get that kind of level of activity in my first 30 days with this company. And I just want to maybe back up a little bit. I've been an insurance agent for about 8 years now, and I've always been busy in creating activity. I've done pretty well in the last 8 years, but I will say that I have not had a disciplined way of getting in front of 12 to 15 new households every single week. And if you've been in insurance for any length of time, you know this can be a tremendous business, and it can also beat the heck out of you too some weeks. And you know, with some frustration with not seeing enough people and things like that. And about 6 weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to see one of the meetings of I wanted to see the business plan laid out and all these great leads that they were working and exclusive and fresh and responsive and all this other good stuff. I was hearing about it. And that's when about 6 weeks ago I looked at it for the first time. And here I am about 6 weeks later. And I wanted to help give other agents another area to add business to what they're doing right now at a pretty immediate level. For a number of years, about 3 years, I was doing seminars with an estate planning attorney. And if any of you have ever done estate planning or any type of seminars, generally you're looking at it anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 per seminar to get anywhere from 20 to 30 new households sitting in at that meeting. And then normally whoever the presentation is, make a long story short, you start booking the appointments and you start meeting with people, and normally on the second appointment with those people is when you start writing some business. And the timeline of doing something like that, I mean, if you run 3 seminars in a month, you're looking at somewhere between $12,000 to $15,000, and your return on that money usually doesn't come for about 90 to 120 days after. So that, with what happened in the market and stuff like that, last year we ran into a really bad downturn in seminar turnouts, and that's what kind of led me to look for other resources. Since then, like I said, I've always been busy, but kind of always kept my eyes open for other opportunities and things like that. So enough about me, but this is who, I shouldn't say enough about me, but this is who I am. This is my family. I got 4 kids. I'm married. That's my wife, Becky, and our 4 kids. This is one of my websites that I use for the state of Wisconsin. If you can't tell from my accent, I'm from up north. And I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail about the program, the type of leads that we get, what they look like, the type of responsiveness and so forth, and of course some of the proof and income and stuff like that. So I just joined National Agents Alliance about 30 days ago. Is when I actually submitted the first business with them. I joined them about 6 weeks ago, and as you can see, from July to August, did about 33. It was actually a little bit over 33,000 of actual issue paid premium, which means that that's the commission amount that came in from the policies that I wrote based on the leads that I got in. And in a short period of time, for example, I just like to show some of the proof and stuff like that. I don't show it to brag or boast, but I show it to show people that these are my numbers. This is what I've done. There's nothing special about me. I just do the process that they have explained to me. And if you look, this is as of issue paid business. This was the second week in September. I had $9,000 of issue paid premium for that week alone. That's what I got paid on for that week. So another one I wanted to show, another week after that, was about $6,000 issue paid premium. And keep in mind, I'm running appointments 3 days a week. I'm not running 5 or 7 days a week. With the scheduling and so forth, you see I'm number 31 on here. for the week ending September 22nd. And let me just go into a little bit more. Here's a map. I apologize for not having this great formal meeting and stuff like that, but I just kind of wanted to do an impromptu, just kind of show you how it is, what I've been doing, some of the proof and so forth. So I apologize if you're thinking that, oh, this isn't that professional or whatever. This is kind of who I am. I'm kind of a laid-back guy, but this is all of the leads that we have available right now in the U.S. These are the type of leads that I am working. So these are the type of states that there's that many leads available right now. And when you may be asking the question, what is a lead and so forth, our company buys data of people that have bought or refinanced their house in the last 30 days. And what it does is it sends them a form in the mail. I'll actually show you what one of the leads look like. Let me drop this down here. Get that out of the way. This is an example of one of the leads that I got. Here's this gal, Monica. On the top, it has a loan amount of about $128,000. I've had a tremendous amount of success with working with kind of the blue-collar market, especially with the mortgage protection. And then we also have final expense for people ages from 50 to 85. It's a similar type of lead where they fill it out pretty extensively, and then they mail it back to the company. The company scans it, and then they email it to the agent that's working in that area. And we can go into a little bit more detail individually on what type of area you're in, what type of leads are available, and if another agent in your area has secured that zip code or the counties and so forth. So you'll have to get back to me on that one, and we can go into a little bit more detail. But this is an exact copy of one of the leads that I got in. Met with her and her husband, Mike, and then ended up writing policies on both of them. But this is what they fill out. Sometimes they'll put in 1, 2, or 3 phone numbers, or all 3 or 2 of the 3 phone numbers on how to connect with them. And it basically, as soon as I get the lead, I call them. And I just call them up, tell them who I am from the Mortgage Protection Center, and it's regarding a form that they filled out and sent back to our company. And I just say, hey, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes per applicant to see if we can get you approved. When's the best time you're available? Mornings, afternoons, or evenings? And then there's a couple other things that I say which help solidify the appointment after I've made the appointment, like medications, if they've had any type of heart attack, cancer, stroke in the last 5 years, and so forth. So it gives me a pretty good indicator of what I'm going to be looking at before I get there. But with these leads, I buy between 10 to 15 of these leads a week. I started out buying about 7 to 10 leads a week, and then after my first week of success, I pretty much said I want more of that. So right now, as you can see, I've submitted about $33,000 in business, issue paid premium that I've already been paid on. And out of about 10 to 15 leads that I get per week, I'm submitting between 6 and 8 applications on. My ratio is about 33% of the leads that I get, I'm closing. And that's 37% is actually the national average on the close rate for the leads that you get weekly. If you do have any questions about any of the leads, or there's actually leads that you can get for free in your counties, some that are a little bit more aged leads, or if you want the freshest one. When I do a comparison of, for example, like this lead right here, the leads that I get in each week, I'll get between 10 to 15 of the freshest leads that just came in the week before or a couple days before. My lead cost that I'm managing right now is about $250 a week. And some of you might think that's steep right away, but when I kind of compare that to what I was paying for seminars, with the leads that are available to me right now, I can literally pay $250, get 10 to 15 fresh leads that come in, write anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a week in commissions off of those leads, and either get paid the same week or the week after. When I compare that to the route that I was doing with the seminars, the return on my investment is huge, and the timeline is a lot quicker with these. And the biggest key that I like about this program is, number one, I have a structured, disciplined way of getting in front of 12 to 15 new households every single week. And it's the consumer that took the time to fill this out. They didn't just check a box and drop it in the mail. They actually put in their date of birth, height and weight, and they fill this thing out and send it back to us. So they're the first ones that are taking a step to say, hey, I'm interested in this. Now it's just up to me to be able to give it to them at an affordable, flexible rate that, you know, they pick and choose and stuff like that. And that's something we can go into a little bit more detail on how to set up. But that's what I really like about this program. They're the ones that are taking the first step, and I don't have to do 50 questions on how to uncover a need and then talk them into it. They're the ones that took the first step. And then I call up, book the appointment. They've already said twice to me before we sat down with them. And that's the difference that I see in the future of this thing just blowing up and getting crazy, because right now I'm on pace to have my best year, and I'm only 30 days into it, and you've seen some of the proof on what I did just on income-wise in my first 30 days. And then also, like, for example, these are all the leads that I've gotten in some of the surrounding counties. When I go back and I keep track of, you see all the ones that are submitted, that's pretty much about 33% of the leads that I get. These are all, I think there's about 12 leads I just got in yesterday, and it has it down which county they're in, and then I basically just click a PDF file, and then it'll open up the lead, and then I can print it from there. But I guess I just wanted to share a little bit of kind of the process just on the surface of what I've done, what's available to me, and how I'm doing with these type of leads. I have bought internet leads. I've bought different types of mail, you know, just different, I don't know how many different types of leads and leads programs I've bought into over the years. But this one I am very, very happy with. These are exclusive leads. They're not sold to 5 other agents. If you've bought leads from like insuranceleads.com or something like that, it's like you call somebody up 30 seconds after you got the email and they've already got 4 other phone calls in the last 30 seconds. It's like, I don't want to be in that market. And with these leads, they're exclusive to me in my area, in my territory, and so forth. So so I guess, you know, part of it is what's in it for me. Why am I doing this webinar? Well, I'm kind of ashamed a little bit to let you know that I've always been busy. I've always created a nice income. We're blessed enough that my wife's been able to stay home the last 10 years. But there's definitely some ups and downs in the insurance world when you're not seeing a good number of people every single week. And when I take a look at this and I forecast it out even over the next 3 to 6 months, here's my turnaround point with my game, where my biggest year I've done $180,000 in insurance. And for some of you guys out there that have been at that level before, there's nothing worse than the feeling of that after you make 180, the next year you do 120, and you go, what the heck has changed? Well, I'm still busy. I'm still working 5 days a week or 6 days a week or whatever. It's because sometimes the market changes. And I didn't have that disciplined way of getting in front of new households every single week. And if you guys know, if you only have 2 appointments for the week, well, you better get a sale out of at least one of them, so at least you can break even or a little bit of profit for the week. And when I look at the amount of premium that I generated and got paid commissions off of, when you talk about return on your investment, if my weeks where I'm investing $250 into my own business, and I'm writing pretty consistently between $4,000 to $9,000 a week in commissions, I think you'd have to agree with me that's pretty good return on the investment. So sorry to make the webinar a little bit longer than what I planned, but definitely give me a call. If you see this, you have questions, call me directly. My number is 920-574-3293. Again, my name is Brian Dvorak, and my number is 920-574-3293. If you have any questions on territory or leads or you know, how do I get the free leads or anything like that, don't hesitate to give me a call, and then I'll probably just walk you through the same information and answer any questions that you have. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.